Get it right, Gabby. Get it right. I'm getting ready to ask her. No, she's not. She's got that tail 48.
Hi. Lacey, nice to meet you. Candace Burke.
Well, let's put it this way. She might be. I thought I met everybody from the governor's office.
Will your office changes this year?
No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I move up in St. Louis, but it would depend. So I kind of like it in the extension. Yeah. The time that I roll playing for Tom and Mike,
leadership is.
And especially with my parking is that too. I mean, get on the elevator, get down, direct my car, get out. Good access. But, no, I've moved up this last time around. I went from like, 132 to now I'm like 80, 89%.
So you don't want to send horses.
I've been to Dennis.
It's in the old.
Yeah. I've been to Dennis Hall in the old part. I'm like, when I walk by Sam, I'm walking to the front. No, I don't like that.
Behind you.
So, Gabby, how's it going today? Just talk to me. Just tell me. You got that look on you. Oh, really? It's the first one? Are you with the Rovers? Okay. So, Nathan hasn't met you yet. Oh, that's why. That's why.
48.
Oh, okay. I like that. There you go. Go ahead.
He's a good person.
I didn't know. We had him on Melba. And Melba's family and sister lived in Kingswood. She's with the Rebels. That's the one I really, kind of call her. Get some stuff done and take care of it.
Go way back with you.
So when did you start? Commissioner? Minimum wage then?
There's a contract association and everybody in the cousin. I kept telling them, I said, I don't think this is legal. Travis County does it. Travis County does it. One of them does it.
Travis is awesome. So they do it.
It doesn't make it right. Early.
Wow.
I think it could be challenged. Contractors have been probably you start suing you.
Right.
The other thing
Right. Okay.
it sets up a bureaucracy. It sets up a system that people think you're doing you're just working on your work. You don't need one kind of system for
Yes.
I told you.
Yes, so I remember
Brett Rickinger and I met
putting her in office. Guy from Beaumont. Yes.
You with Chris? Yeah, I met with Chris 2 weeks ago. He's been, talking with the folks up in Montgomery County and sending me stuff.
So I told him he wanted help on being on the beach to eliminate He said he had $250,000.
I used to be.
Yeah.
I said, okay, I'm going to find $50,000. That was good. So yeah, that one that low water crossing at Jake's Bridge, they're going to take it out and replace it with a bridge. So he's paying $250. They've already got $250. They're taking $50.
All right. Well, that's what I was just asking you. If there's anything I can do going forward because I'm on good grounds with the natural resource chairman. It's going to happen. And the speaker said that I can get some money because the past president bill not have anything to do with
Somebody can just talk to you about
let me know so I can put that rider together, whatever that number might be.
There's definitely help needed. My wife grew up in Palestine, not in Crockett, so I know Harrison family, I know his family. He's fighting a huge groundwater issue up there.
Yeah, I've signed on to it. And so we're signing on to it. We had it. We thought we had it.
Anything I could do to help any of that?
So we are the largest county in Texas. some states. So I don't. That's why I don't mind going up there and doing the fight, doing the dirty work on the state side. That's fine with me.
Just sitting in front of me. Actually, she works spend a lot of years. How much do you
Hey, Tom.
How old are your daughters? And your 14-year-old just getting to the not so sweet part. Yeah. I was one of 3 girls, the oldest of 3. And my dad had 3 sisters, no boys. And when I had my first one, it was a boy. Thank you, God. What's your I have a son and a daughter. So, my son is 25. That's right.
Yeah, I'm like, how long has it been since I told you?
Better be nice. Yeah. There you go.
She's like a walking archive.
We're supposed to be going to House levels. We're supposed to be going to Washington, D.C. tomorrow. See what the march is all going to be. Because they've got to come up with the first 20 in town.
You and me sit here. We can put it.
I work in Houston, Austin.
I'm just
Yes, yes.
told my 12 guys out there. But I told them, I'm going to work out my own plan. Y'all just follow me.
We had it last week. You get your winter coats out and your hats and your gloves, and that's about it.
All of us are spread.
Oh, all right.
All for good reason. Sometimes
I was listening to what he said he was going to do. And I was like, yeah,
You and Al Moran.
I don't know, but they just asked if they want to come and talk about spreading the word about
Hello, JR. How are you? All's well? All's well? All's well. I see you. Right, good to see you. Yeah. Well, that is a few years ago.
You gave a talk to us. Elevating your career.
So that was before Kozar.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, after Kozar.
Well, that didn't back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles Cunningham. Yeah, stay real.
I stand where I'm supposed to.
We'll talk to you after that. We better get out of the way.
I was at one of the gatherings you guys. What my man? Good, man. Good to see you.
How are you?
Good to see you.
You're everywhere I go.
came across the wrong side. Yes, just trucking along, ready for it to be open. Yes. Hi. Good to see you.
Yes, sir.
How's it going, man?
Good to see you again.
Good to meet you, Ben Bradshaw, Farmers Pipers. Thank you very much.
Good to see you again. All right, how are you? Good to see you again.
Good. Norman, good to see you. Governor, hey, good to see you, Scott. Governor David Orfix. Josh Howell. Thanks, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. Good to be in your district the other night. Good to see you guys. Hey, good to see you again. Thank you. Good to see you.
Well, that didn't
Always
work
happens.
out well.
Always
It's
happens.
probably one of my staff.
I got one too.
All right. I'd like to welcome everybody to the press conference, and want to thank the governor for being here and taking the time out to come by and tour our facilities. Right now, I believe I'm just going to turn it over to the governor.
Well, I think we're going to have these folks up here
Okay.
say a few words first.
All right.
Start with you down here.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Name is John McCord, and appreciate the opportunity to be here this afternoon. Appreciate everybody coming out. I'm here on behalf of the Texas Retailers Association, and on behalf of retailers across Texas, we're excited to be here to endorse Governor Abbott for re-election next year. In many ways, the retail industry is the backbone of the Texas economy. Our industry employs millions of Texans across the state, and we support communities in every corner of Texas. During his time in office, Governor Abbott has repeatedly demonstrated that the understanding that the Texas economy cannot be strong without a strong retail sector. I could go on and on sitting up here about how strong the Texas economy is, how we're the best place to open a business, to operate a business. But at the end of the day, while all of that is true, None of it is possible without the understanding of Governor Abbott and our elected leaders knowing that free market principles work. It is the ability for innovators to go out and chase new ideas, for entrepreneurs to open a new store or have the freedom to shift business models in the middle of a venture to meet customers where they are. It's the ability for businesses not to have to pay millions of dollars to comply with burdensome, unnecessary regulations, but instead be able to invest that money back into their business, back into employees, back into higher wages. That's what drives the Texas economy, and that's something that Governor Abbott has understood since taking office, and that's why we're proud to endorse him today. Just this last session, he signed legislation combating organized retail crime, protecting consumers from gift card fraud, and reducing the tax burdens on businesses of every size across the state. We are here this afternoon because Governor Abbott has been a model for leadership for Texas. He makes it a point to go out and visit with job creators, to go out and visit with employees, understand the problems that real-world Texans are facing, and then take those conversations back and make them action items. So, Governor, thank you for having us here this afternoon. We're proud to be here and look forward to continuing to work with you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Governor. My name is Brent Taylor. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here today on behalf of 40,000 rank-and-file Teamster members across this great state of Texas. A little bit about myself. I'm Brent Taylor, Secretary-Treasurer of Teamsters Local 745, also the Southern Region Vice President of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters. I'm a 43-year Teamster, third-generation Teamster, and was born and raised in the great state of Texas. Today, Texas Teamsters are proud to announce our endorsement of Greg Abbott for his fourth term as governor. Governor Abbott has kept an open door to the Teamsters Union during his tenure, willing and eager to partner with us on job creation and workplace protections. As we have shown at the national level with our General President, Sean O'Brien, the Teamsters do not care if you have a D, an R, or an I next to your name. We're interested in one thing. Are you ready to help us tackle big issues to improve the lives of working families? Governor Abbott met with the Teamsters just recently to discuss new ways to bring more jobs to Texas and to invest in apprenticeships and job training programs. Over the next several years, we are determined to bargain even stronger contracts and expand our union footprint in core industries across Texas. We are home to thousands of hardworking and essential full-time and part-time UPS Teamsters. Teamsters who brew your Miller Brewery in Fort Worth, Texas. Teamsters who process your beef at Tyson Foods in Amarillo, Texas. Teamsters who process your bread with Bimbo Bakeries in Fort Worth, Texas. DHL Teamsters who deliver your international products to your houses and your places of business. These are just a few examples of what the Teamsters provide to our communities. From warehouse to film production, from liquor to beverage industries to trucking to small package distribution, Teamsters move our state and this country. We need elected leaders who are accountable to these diverse constituents and who understand the sacrifices that working people make every day. In Governor Abbott, the Teamsters have found a friend and a partner who genuinely wants to improve the lives of Texans who get up and go to work every day. We must find more ways to work together to find common ground on issues more important to labor and to extend job growth in this great state. We must preserve and invest in tax incentive programs, including our state's film tax credit, to ensure the reliable, good-paying industries are here to stay. In the trucking and transportation, the bread and butter of the Teamsters Union, we must build CDL apprenticeship programs that train and support the next generation of workers. We must work with other elected officials and union leaders in Washington, D.C. to support law reforms that will make it faster, safer, and easier for workers to become Teamsters. The Teamsters Union, and confident with the Governor and the Governor's office, continue leadership here in Texas, we can accomplish these ambitious goals and so much more. The Governor has had our back during some of our important struggles, and now the Teamsters have his. It is time to re-elect Governor Abbott. Thank you very much for your time.
afternoon. My name is Tracy Gonzalez. On behalf of the Texas Oil and Gas Association Good Government Committee, we are proud to endorse Governor Greg Abbott for his re-election today. Under Governor Abbott's leadership, the Texas oil and natural gas industry has soared to record levels. In fiscal year 2025, the industry employed nearly 500,000 Texans. That's a huge deal. Conservatively, these jobs generate nearly 1.4 million jobs across the Texas economy. And some analysts quote that to be over actually 2 million Texans supported by the industry. Since being first elected governor of Texas, Governor Abbott has been a steadfast champion developing our state's natural resources that help fuel not just our nation, but are also worldwide. This doesn't happen by accident. It's Governor Abbott's leadership and clear vision that have helped guide the sound policies and record-setting economic growth we see today. If Texas were its own country, we'd be the third largest natural gas producing and fourth largest crude oil producing country in the entire world. Countries and businesses around the globe are literally lining up at the doorstep of Texas in energy need, and it's important that we answer that call. Because of the pro-business, pro-energy policies of Governor Abbott that he's championed, Texas oil and natural gas is delivering clean, affordable energy at home and abroad while creating millions of jobs along the way. Just as important, Governor Abbott's been leading the way on ensuring better and safer roads, supporting our first responders, and promoting an education system that builds up every child to rise to their best potential. Proudly, the oil and natural gas industry helps support these initiatives. In fact, fiscal year 2025, the industry paid $27 billion in state and local taxes and state royalties, the second highest total in Texas history. Texas is a better place because of Governor Abbott and First Lady Cecilia Abbott. They've devoted their lives to public service, and we can't thank them enough. So the Texas Oil and Gas Association Good Government Committee is proud to endorse Governor Abbott for his re-election today.
Thank
you. Again, I want to thank Governor Abbott for taking the time to tour our training facilities and see firsthand the quality of the training provided by Plumbers Local Union 68. We share a vision with Governor Abbott of providing life-changing economic opportunities to Texans and their families through workforce training and employment opportunities. We deeply appreciate the opportunity to be a member of this unique partnership. We're looking forward to collaborating with the governor on expanding our training programs to meet the future needs of every sector of business during these robust economic times. Continued allotment of state resources such as workforce grants, apprentice employment incentives, and other state programs have helped us meet the challenges of expanding and modifying our training programs. Governor Abbott has utilized his influence to foster partnerships by bringing a wide collection of business, industry, and labor leaders together to discuss various needs and stimulate innovation. These partnerships are conducive to a more knowledgeable workforce, thus creating a safer work product and job site environment. The governor's economic policies and commitment to workforce training have created an unprecedented surge in economic opportunities for all Texans. For these reasons, Plumbers Local Union 68 enthusiastically endorses Governor Abbott for governor.
Well, thank you to Wayne Lord and the Plumbers Local Union 68. Thanks to John McCord and the Texas Retailers Association. Thanks to Brent Taylor and the Teamsters, as well as to Tracy Gonzalez and the Texas Oil and Gas Association Good Government Committee, as well as all of the other job creators and unions and hardworking men and women who are represented by the groups behind me and some that are not even here today. Quite literally, Texas would not be the robust business state that we are today without these hardworking men and women, without the entrepreneurs who go out and create jobs, as well as the high-skilled workforce that fills those jobs. Is everybody working together that's elevated Texas to the pinnacle of business in the United States of America, and I could not be more proud than to join with them here today, with both the job creators as well as the unions who work for them, to support my reelection as governor of the great state of Texas. Texas has accomplished a lot economically that I will outline very briefly. But it's very important to emphasize this is not something that like the governor does alone. This is a team effort in the Capitol. And with us here today are some of the representatives who helped get Texas where it is. Representative Cunningham, Representative Lacey Hull, Representative Schofield, and we also have from right here in Harrison County Commissioner Tom Ramsey. We appreciate them all. Give it up for those great representatives. No economy in America is hotter than the state of Texas. Texas ranks #1 for the most new jobs, #1 for economic development. #1 is the best state for doing business. We've been #1 for exports for 21 years. Important to all of this, we must emphasize, is this isn't just large businesses. Texas also has so many small businesses. In fact, small businesses make up more than 95% of all businesses in the state of Texas. We are great for businesses, large and small, and when you add up together what all of these men and women produce in the aggregate, it adds up to more than $2.7 trillion a year in gross domestic product. Today, there are only 7 countries in the world with an economy larger than Texas. The United States, obviously, China, India, Japan, the United Kingdom, Germany, and France. Texas is peerless in the United States when it comes to economic advancement. But again, I cannot emphasize enough, we would not be able to achieve that advancement without the job generators and the hard-working men and women across the state of Texas that make our state so good. I'm proud to also mention this #1 ranking. Texas ranks #1 as the best business climate in America, and I am running for re-election to keep Texas #1 as the best business climate. Since I've been governor, the number of registered businesses have more than doubled. More Texans have jobs today, and their wages are higher than ever before because of what together we've been able to achieve. When these companies, either they come to or expand in the state of Texas, I'll always ask CEOs, why is it that you're coming here? Why is it that you're expanding here? And they often give me kind of the same routine that, well, you got a better tax system, a better regulatory environment, but also to a person. They mentioned something that really stood out to me. They say, every single one of them, Texas has the best workforce in the United States, and the employees that do that work have the best work ethic of any state in the United States. That is embodied today with the hard-working men and women of the unions who are endorsing my campaign for re-election. Give it up for the unions who go to work every single day. As both Brent and Wayne talked about, listen, this is something that we Texas leaders know how important skilled jobs are, and we've invested in it. For one, remember just this past November, a $1 billion referendum was passed for more job skill training at TSTC. In addition to that, we provided $10 million for apprenticeship programs during this past session, as well as we have repeatedly focused on job skill training programs. And we recognize that we are creating the pipeline for the most skilled workers of any state in the United States. Literally, the backbone of our economy are the workers who built that economy. The plumbers, the pipe fitters, the welders, the longshoremen, the truckers, all those job skills have made Texas what it is. They have had my back, and I want them to know I will always have their back. So I met with some plumbers before coming out here, and as some of them pointed out, I've already shown that. When there came a moment in time when the plumbing profession was going to be put on ice, absent some emergency action from the governor, I was there, immediately took action to ensure that the plumbing profession would not be halted in any way whatsoever. We cannot live without our plumbers in the state of Texas. Every single one of these endorsing organizations is incredibly important to the state as well as to my campaign. And I want to take just a minute to recognize and identify each of these organizations. They include the American Council of Engineering Companies, Associated Builders and Contractors of Texas, Associated Plumbing, Heating, Cooling Contractors of Texas, Fort Bend Business Coalition, Independent Insurance Agents of Texas, Mechanical Contractors of Texas, National Federation of Independent Businesses, Texas PAC, Rural Friends of Electric Cooperatives, South Texans Property Rights Association, Texans for Lawsuit Reform, Texas Aggregates and Concrete Association, Texas Apartment Association, the Texas Builders Association, Texas Association of Business, Texas Association of Interior Design, Texas Association of Manufacturers PAC, Impact, Texas Building Owners and Managers Association, Texas Concrete Pipe Association, Texas Land Developers Association, Texas Oil and Gas Association Good Government Committee, the Texas Realtors, TREPAC, the Texas Restaurant Association, Texas Retailers Association, Texas Society of Professional Engineers, the Houston Region Business Coalition, and Regional Hispanic Contractors Association. Give it up for all of these associations who are endorsing my campaign. And now some history. Thanks to the largest coalition of union groups to ever support a Republican candidate for governor in the history of Texas, I am supported by unions that are building Texas and powering my reelection. I want to mention their names. We got the Heat and Frost Insulators Local Union 22, International Longshoremen South Atlantic and Gulf Coast, Operating Engineers Local Union 540, Pipe Fitters Local Union 211, Plumbers Local Union 68, Teamsters Local 745, Teamsters Local 988. I thank them for endorsement, but more importantly, I thank them for what they do every single day to keep our economy booming. Together, we will keep Texas the best state in America for doing business, and we will provide the job skill training that ensures Texas has the best workforce in the United States. Thank you all, God bless you all, and thank you for your support in my reelection campaign. We'll take a few questions.
Governor, in your campaign, you warned about the dangers of radical Islam and others, and concerns about Sharia law. What's your message to ordinary Texans who are Muslims?
Sure. Let me come back and answer that in a second. Let's see if we can stay on topic first. I'll come back to you.
Governor, I had a question about just, would you be able to reiterate your recommendation to the TPA as it relates to student walkout?
Okay, got yours. I got your, I'm going to come back to you. Anybody want to talk about what we're here for today? So my goal as governor is to make sure that Texas has the most robust economy, the strongest economy that will create the most jobs for Texans. My job isn't to bring people here from other states. My job is to take care of the Texans who want to call Texas home. Now, to answer your other question, listen, what we've been focused on is to make sure that Sharia law is not allowed in the state of Texas. There's only two laws that govern the state of Texas. One is United States law, the other is Texas law. Sharia law has no place in the governance of anything in the state of Texas. Our focus has been on making sure there is no either creation or expansion of Sharia law in the state of Texas. That's our focus. On your question, be more precise.
Well, the TPA lists several recommendations from your office about if students participate in those walkouts, that they will risk losing attendance, schools may risk losing funding, teachers who facilitate could have their license threatened. So I guess the question to be reworded would be, can you reiterate your stand or your opinion on student involvement in walkouts?
Sure. So first, schools are paid for by Texas taxpayer dollars. And those dollars go to schools for the singular purpose of educating those students. We have to do a better job in this state of making sure that our students know reading, writing, and math and science. Y'all have written stories about, and I agree that we have to improve test scores among our students. You're not improving test scores if you're skipping class and engaging in other activities. If you're a student, you have a job, and that's to go be in a classroom. If you're a teacher or educator, your job is to be educating those students in the classroom. And protests by leaving a school is not allowed by law. And so the schools get paid in part, receive money from the state in part, based upon average daily attendance. If kids are skipping class, going out protesting, those schools are not going to be paid for that day for those students who are skipping class. It's the responsibility of the superintendent, the principals, and the educators to make sure those children are in school getting the education they're supposed to be getting, and making sure that parents are reassured their children are not wandering around some street somewhere, but instead are where parents think they are, and that's in the classroom getting an education.
At what point should students possibly be arrested if they do participate in these sort of walkouts? What would be the threshold?
Now, that's not hypothetical. We don't even need to cross right now, because from what I understand and what I've seen already today, schools are heeding the expectations laid down by the Texas Education Agency, and they're saying, listen, no more protests during school. It's time to return to what their core responsibility is, and that's to educate our kids. Go ahead. Sure. Well, the parameters will be set by both Mike Morath as well as other leaders at the TEA. But they will be looking for those who aided or abetted in violating state standards about making sure that children are in school, not leaving school. They'll be investigating the extent to which a school could lose funding because a student was not present for school for that entire day, as well as other activities. But it's basically getting back to make sure these students are going to be safe. And I got to add this also. I saw a video from another state, from Nebraska, that could have very well happened in Texas. One of these protests, a student was out in the street and got run over. And I'm telling you, if there's any student who gets run over because of a protest that was allowed by a school to take place, I fully expect the school district and the leaders to be held legally responsible for that. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about or getting at. So the decision on that was made by the comptroller, and I'd have to refer you to the comptroller. So I don't talk about imaginings. Interesting hypothetical. I refer you to the comptroller's office.
Totally unrelated, but President Trump is asking for nationalized voting. Have you had time to make any thoughts on that? Is that something you support?
Listen, my understanding of the United States Constitution, and that is elections for state positions are to be conducted by states. And I don't think we should deviate from that. So one thing that I wouldn't expect them to really know, but I will use this as an opportunity to provide the education. And that is, what I've heard repeated is they have freedom of speech to be able to go do this. And the reality, the law of free speech is more complex than that. You don't have freedom of speech to say and act any way you want to, anywhere you want to, anytime you want to. The Supreme Court has been very clear about free speech of students, and that free speech of students does not include leaving the school to go protest. And so, by Supreme Court precedent, What they did by leaving school to go protest is not protected speech. Listen, I think I can speak for every Republican I know who's in the Capitol. Listen, we all know fully well we would not be the robust Texas economy we are without what these unions have been achieving for us. We can't build buildings. We can't move goods. We can't create products. We can't have plumbing without what these unions do. This is a partnership, and we recognize that partnership. And here's the reality. When we all work together, Texas as a state is more successful. And the reason why you heard the words you did from these union leaders here today is because they recognize what I recognize. When we're all in this together and we are on the same page, Texas is going to be the #1 economy in the United States. He's going to take your picture.